everyone, my name is Bhanuprakash Patil. Today I am going to explain you class 8th chapter 17 chemical effects of electric current. So, do all solids conduct electricity? No, because some of them are bad conductors or insulators. For example, wood, plastic, rubber, bedsheet, textiles, etc. Do all liquids conduct electricity? Yeah, most of them conduct, but many of them will not conduct electricity. For example, which conduct electricity are milk, tap water, vinegar, etc. And many liquids like ghee, milk, cream, they do not conduct electricity through them. Why do we need a metal wire in a circuit, or to make a complete circuit, or to make a bulb glow through a cell? We need a metal wire, not only metal wire, any substance which is a good conductor of electricity, because there should be a complete circuit in which the electricity should flow. That is why we need metal wire or any other conductor of electricity in a circuit to complete that. Electric current flow in liquids. Conductors of electricity are substances which allow electricity to pass through them. Examples of electrical conductors are iron, copper, silver, etc. And electric current flows in fluids also. Not in all fluids, but in some fluids like milk, vinegar, water, etc. How does electric current flows through substances? Matter, our conductors and many others, all the substances are made up of matter, and matter is made up of atoms. And atoms has charged particles inside it. There are two types of charged particles inside atoms. They are the positive charge and the negative charge. The positive charge are known as the protons, and the negative charge particles are known as the electrons. Mostly, the protons are inside the nucleus and are tightly packed. But in some metals, the electrons are loosely packed and they move freely inside the volume of the atom. That's why the conductors in the metals and most of the fluids are the electrons. Then electric flows through ions of the atoms. What are ions? Ions are the atoms or the group of atoms which allow electricity to pass through them, or they carry the electricity. And electricity passes or flows through electrons inside them. Electrolysis. What is electrolysis? Electrolysis is a process in which electricity is passed through a substance to carry out a chemical reaction. So, what is inside electrolysis? So, in the process of electrolysis on the model, there is a beaker in which there is an electrolyte, in which solution of the metal like the copper sulfate solution, sodium sulfate solution, etc. are dissolved. And there are two rods taken. One is connected to the positive terminal of the cell, which is known as the anode, and one is connected to the negative terminal of the cell, which is known as the cathode. These anode and cathode are connected to a cell, and inside the cell, if we put a sodium chloride or salt solution inside it and put an electrolyte, after some time, when we complete the circuit in the electrolysis, the chemical reactions takes place, in which the sodium goes to the anode and cathode, and the chloride goes to the anode. The positive charges which attract to the negative terminals are known as anions, and the negative charges which attract to the positive terminal are known as the cations. Uses of electrolytic cells. There are many uses of electrolysis. They are electroplating and electro-refining, and manufacture of many chemicals. So what is electroplating? Electroplating is the process in which we use electrolysis to coat a metal on a metal or any substance on a metal. For example, we can take an aluminium spoon in the anode region and put the copper rod in the cathode region. When the circuit is completed, and put copper sulfate solution in the water as an electrolyte. After some time, the chemical reaction takes place, and the copper sulfate and the copper solution or the copper on the copper rod gets coated on the aluminium spoon. This is used in where low expensive metals like copper are taken, and high expensive metals like gold are coated on the copper utensil to make them more precious. There are many uses of electroplating. For example, protective layers on utensils. Aluminium is a metal which doesn't corrode easily, and examples of them are bauxite and chromium. So many car parts, mechanical parts, utensils are coated with metals like aluminium and chromium, which help them to prevent from corroding easily. Coating of metal, and they are used in jewelry. Many low expensive metals are used and high expensive metals are coated on them so that they look nice and they look more precious in less amount. Electro-refining. Electro-refining is the process in which a highly pure metal is produced, in which a raw ore or an impure metal is kept in an anode and a pure metal strip or rod is kept in the cathode of the same metal. In the anode, the examples of the impure metals are like ores of that metal. For example, the copper ore. Copper ore is in the form of rock, which is also a good conductor because there is copper inside the rock or the ore. And the raw ore is kept in the anode, and the pure copper strip is kept in the cathode. What happens in the electro-refining is, when you put the electrolyte copper sulfate solution in the water, the reaction takes place and the copper from the raw ore is abstracted and gets settled on the copper strip or the metal rod, by which the metal rod or the metal copper strip gets even more purified. Manufacture of chemicals. Through electrolysis and many chemical reactions, many chemicals are formed, many chemicals are produced like chlorine, fluorine, etc. These are the uses of electrolysis and using electrolytic cell. Now, what is the difference between electroplating and electro-refining? In electroplating, the electrolysis is used to coat a metal on another metal, while in electro-refining, a metal is abstracted of the same metal to make the metal even more pure. In electroplating, two different metals are used, while in electro-refining, only the same type of metal is used so that it can be purified. Thank you.